Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another Tax Talk Tuesday where we talk about all things business, taxes, and finances every Tuesday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, welcome to the live. I want to shout out some groups that we are streaming in on this morning. We are streaming in Elite Sister Circle Facebook community, as well as the Gold Friends, my Fire Your Boss Friday community, and as well as social workers and therapists with tax questions. So if you are in any of those groups tuning in, make sure you comment below saying I'm tuning in from XYZ group, okay? And if you're new to me, I am Chastity Grady at Grady Tax Plus. It is my number one goal to make sure that we are keeping the IRS out of your pockets. Why? Because you deserve to live a better life, okay? That's why we do what we do, because we believe that you deserve to live a better life, okay? And as it relates to living a better life, we believe that you can do that through your business. So that's why on today, we are talking about 3 reasons why you need to fix your bookkeeping in October 2025, which starts on tomorrow. Okay. This is the last day of September. Okay. So 9 months has passed us by. 9 months have come and gone. And now we are in the home stretch of the year. We are getting ready to go into the official fourth quarter of the year. And in the fourth quarter, that is the time that we want to start focusing on getting our things together, getting our house in order, getting our business house in order. And what's the better way to do it than doing it for October? That way, when November comes, you can just relax and worry about feeding your belly. And in December, when that comes, you could just relax and be with your family for the holidays without worrying about your business taxes or your finances, because you have taken care of it for the month of October. Okay, we don't want to be stressed leading up to the year, right? And that's why I say October is the perfect month of getting yourself together, getting your house in order. Because again, like I said, when November comes, you're just worried about where you're getting your plate of food from, right? You're just worried about where you want to get your plate of food. In December, it's family time, holiday time, and then it's the new year, right? So we don't want to be stressed and worried about all our business money and getting ready for tax season. Let's go ahead and do it now. Let's do it now for the month of October, right? A lot of major things aren't necessarily happening in October. So it's the perfect month to get started. It's the perfect month to get started. And I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why you should get started in the month of October. Okay. So reason number one is you don't want to miss out on your tax deductions, right? Remember, I said the number one goal is to make sure that I am keeping the IRS out of your pockets. And one of the ways to do that is making sure that we are not missing out on tax deductions. The number one thing I hear from a lot of business owners, especially my social workers and therapists, is saying things like, I don't know what I can write off for my business. I don't know what's tax deductible. I went to XYZ. Can I write that off? That's my favorite word. Can I write that off? Right? And when we are looking at your books, when we are looking at your money, we are able to examine what it is out of all of this stuff that has gone in and out of your bank account. What can we actually write off? What can we actually take as a tax deduction? And as we are examining, looking at your bookkeeping, when you are examining, looking at your money, looking at what you spent, you can actually have the lens to be like, okay, look, I could have sworn that I also spent XYZ on certain things. Where is that expense at? Because I know sometimes, many of you, what I find is that you are delaying. You have a delay when it comes to your business money because you don't have a good system in place, right? You don't have a good system in place and you're still co-mingling, right? You still have some of your business expenses going out of your personal account, or you are using your business account to pay for your personal living, and we want to avoid that at all costs. especially if you have a legal entity. And I'm not a lawyer, but what I know about legal entities is that if you are co-mingling, right, you are doing the exact thing that the person who wants to sue you to do, right? Because they want to be able to have your assets to be exposed. They want your personal assets to be exposed. And one of the ways that you expose your personal assets is by you commingling. You not really running your business like the business that it is. And since I'm on legality of things, again, I'm not a lawyer. For those of you who don't have a legal barrier in place between you and your business, then you're already 100% exposed. You are 100% exposed to all of your assets, everything that you own, everything that your kids have, all the things, right? You are 100% exposed in a lawsuit because you never created the legal barrier. You never created the legal separation between the two. But even if you have created the legal barrier, but you did not create the barrier between the bank accounts, then what you did was all for naught. You creating the legal barrier was all for naught because you still did not properly maintain the separation. You did not properly maintain the separation. So moving forward, as of September 30th, I want you to start maintaining or creating the separation, right? Between the business and the personal account. Last week we talked about how to properly pay yourself. Last week we talked about how to properly pay yourself, right? Based on your business structure, based on your business entity. And I understand that at times we might need the money right away. And you might think, oh, let me just swipe my business card. It's just some groceries. It's just this. It's just some clothes. It's just that. But no, you are messing up, or the legal term is you are piercing the corporate veil when you are when you are barricading, going through the legal barrier that you created, right? So that's why we want to make sure that we are maintaining our legal protection. We created the LLC, the PLLC to maintain and have legal protection. And when you start using your business card for personal things, you are not maintaining the legal protection, right? I want you to go back and watch my live from last week so you can see how to properly pay yourself, right? And that's why we talked about personal budget. I feel like every week I'm talking about personal budget, and I'm going to keep talking about it until we get it right. When it comes to our personal budget, it's important that we know how much does it cost for us to live, right? We talk about our goal is to make sure that we're keeping the IRS out of our pockets so that we can live a better life. Well, how much does it cost for me to live that better life? How much does it cost for me to be able to live that better life? And when I know that number, and I'll drop in the comments. Actually, I'll try to do that in a second. I'll drop in the comments the download for y'all for the free personal budget tracker. So you can see how much do it cost for me to live this better life. And when I know that number, then I'm able to make the informed decisions on how much to pay me. Okay? So if you're on Facebook, I'm putting in the comments the link for you to download your free personal budget tracker. Okay? This is something that I use with my clients when I'm teaching them how to manage their own bookkeeping or when I'm doing it for them. Okay? This is what we go through, the personal budget tracker. Okay? So let me stay on topic. We are talking about the 3 reasons why you need to fix your bookkeeping, or why you need to do and have your bookkeeping cleaned up starting in the month of October, right? We talked about missed deductions. We don't want to miss out on what we could write off. And also, in regards to missing out, we don't want to miss out on tax planning, right? Many of you love the word S corp, or many of you want to be an S corp. Many of you want to be able to implement some of the tax strategies that you hear on social media. And the only true way to really implement those things is if we can clearly see what is going on in the bookkeeping. Can your numbers support you becoming an S corp? Can your numbers, right? Can it support you doing this thing? And if it can't, what can we do instead so that you can save money on your taxes? Such as, my favorite one is hiring your family to work for you if you have a spouse or a really serious significant other. If you have children, looking at ways that we can incorporate them, because sometimes you already have them doing things in your business for free 99 and you're not taking advantage of the tax strategy. Okay, y'all, this is going a different way. Many of you have your spouses doing things for you in your business. You have your children, you have your sister, your cousin, your aunts, or whoever. You have these people doing things for your business, whether that's helping you with marketing or helping you on an administrative level, or you consulting with them. That is a job role, being a consultant. Many of you are taking advantage of your family by not paying them. And the reason why I say you're taking advantage of them, because you're missing out on the opportunity for your business to generate wealth within your own familyhood, right? Within your own familyhood. And not only that, it doesn't benefit you by allowing them to do stuff for free, because that means you are paying more money in taxes if you do not expense that out. If you do not expense that money out, then you are paying more money in taxes, which means that you are missing out on your deductions. I don't know why I get so passionate about this, but as you can see, I love what I do, right? I love making sure that people are able to save money on taxes. I love making sure that we are able to keep the IRS out of your pockets. And obviously, our goal is to make sure we don't have to go to the resolution route. When the IRS actually has their hand out, they have given you a letter. Obviously, we would like to not get to that point. And some of y'all miss out on getting doing the things in between time before the IRS actually gives you a letter, right? We like to be really reactive when it comes to things. We like to be reactive and we want the IRS to send us a letter. That's when y'all like to act on things. You want the IRS to send you a letter. But how about we be proactive? What can I do right now? What deductions can I do right now to help me save more money in my pocket and keep less of it out of the IRS? Right? Missed deductions. And the only way I can truly be able to examine or assess my tax liability or see what can I do to not miss out on these deductions is if my bookkeeping is all together. If it's tight and right, I like to say. It's cleaned up. So this is why October is the perfect month, because it gives me a few more months to implement some of my tax strategies if I have not done it thus far this year, like hiring my family. So I can have at least a good 3 months to get some of those expenses out. If I want to become an S corp, so I can at least have, go ahead and apply for that status and be good to go come January 1st, right? Because it takes the IRS 60 days, up to 60 days to approve it if they're going to, right? Sometimes 90. And that's why in October, it's the perfect month to get started. All right, so let's keep going. Number 2, the second reason why you need to get your bookkeeping fixed for the month of October is that wrong numbers equals wrong taxes. Wrong numbers, wrong bookkeeping equals wrong taxes. So look at it this way. I like to say that the tax return is the frame, right? When you think of a picture frame, the tax return is the frame. What I put in that frame is the picture to make up having a picture frame. So my numbers makes up the picture. So, and when I think of a picture, I like to think of a puzzle that's been put together and it turned out to be, you know how when you get a puzzle box and you're like, oh, if I do this puzzle the right way, if I figure it out, it will be this lovely picture, whatever it is. But if I never get to it, if I just let all the pieces be all over the place, then I would never really see the finished product. I would never really see the picture in the frame, right? So when you think about your bookkeeping, if you just let it be pieces, pieces over here, pieces on this spreadsheet, pieces on the receipts over here, pieces in this bank account, pieces in my personal bank account, all over the place, and it's not coming together to look like a beautiful work of art, then what you put in the frame is likely going to be wrong or not accurate or not to your benefit, right? So this is why it's important that when we clean up your bookkeeping, we make sure that every piece of the puzzle is going in the spot that it's supposed to go in. We're making sure that every puzzle piece is in its right place. You know how the puzzles have to fit together? The puzzle pieces have to fit together. Then end pieces have to be in place so that you can fill in the middle parts to ultimately get that beautiful picture that you want to see in the frame. I want to say hallelujah. That's what bookkeeping does. We put all those pieces together. We figured that stuff out. We bring it all together. We bring in whatever happened in the personal account that was for business. We take out what was in the business account that was personal, and we take that stuff out because it don't need to be seen in the picture. Whatever receipts you got laying around that you pay cash with, maybe we make sure that it has its place. We put all of this together so that you can see the beautiful picture, so that you can see how your business is doing, so that you can have the right numbers in order to have the right taxes, the right tax return. That's what bookkeeping does for you. You see how I painted that beautiful picture for you? This is what you miss out on when you're not managing your money throughout the year. This is the kind of relief that you miss out on having throughout the year because you think that because you're a small business owner, you can't do what the big business owners are doing. But I'm here to tell you on today, as a small business owner, let me tell you, you're only a small business owner because you put that word small in front of the word business. I don't never tell nobody I'm a small business owner. I'm a big business owner, but I always say I'm a business owner. I don't put no small on anything because when you start putting words on stuff, you start thinking you need to play small. I'm not playing small over here. Ain't nothing small over here. This is the big business over here, right? And when I start having that mindset that I am big in business, I start doing big business things. I start treating my business like it's the big business that it is. You're only treating your business small because you are saying that it's small. Stop saying your business is small. Stop saying your business is small because you're putting that in your mindset. You're putting that in your language and it's flowing in your heart. And so because you think it's small, you do small things. You don't do things to grow and elevate in your businesses because it's small. No, ain't nothing small over here. I don't care if the bank account doesn't reflect being big. I'm going to have the mindset that it is big. And when I have the mindset that it is big, I act differently. I do things differently. From the very beginning of me starting my business, I knew deep down inside that my business was a big business. So from the very beginning, I was managing my money. I was making sure that my bookkeeping was always tight and right, that it was always together, that I was always making sure that I am not missing out on the deductions, that everything is in place. It's all ready to be put in the frame. And many of you, especially those of you who are just starting, you think, oh, I'm just starting. I don't need to do all of that right now. However, when you, like I said, when you have that mindset that even though I'm just starting out right now, I know deep down inside what I have created is great. I know deep down inside what I have created is great. And because of that, I'm going to treat my business, I'm going to treat my company like the great company that it is. Sorry, I didn't mean to preach to y'all, but it's just within me to do so. So that's why the month of October is the perfect month. If you haven't done anything all year long, we are accepting you. We are accepting you, saying yes to yourself to get this cleaned up, to get your bookkeeping cleaned up. And I know if you followed me, we've talked about how, I can teach you how to do it yourself. But we're in position now to where you have missed out on those opportunities in order to be taught. Now we got to start taking action. Now we just got to do. We just got to do it, and we can train you later. Okay, let's just get it done so we don't miss out on any more time, so you don't miss out on any more deductions, so you don't miss out on any other tax planning opportunities. Okay, so let's go to number 3. So we talked about number 1, missed deductions. Number 2, having wrong numbers equals wrong taxes. And number 3, IRS red flags. The reason why you want to make sure that your bookkeeping is all cleaned up so we can avoid the IRS red flags. You have to remember that what I explained to you about that frame and what you put in there is the picture. So if the picture that you have put together includes commingled funds, which means that because you think you work from home, your business is ran out of your home, that you can have your rent or your mortgage paid out of the business account, and you categorize that as your rent, that you can write off 100% of that. You can depreciate, I've seen this, depreciate 100% of the cost of your home because you have that money coming out of your bank account, your business bank account. Because you have your utility bills coming out of your business bank account, you think that 100% of that can now be written off. These are some of the IRS red flags that we can avoid by spotting that and making the correction now. By making those changes now. As it relates to your car. Every time you're using your car, you're swiping your gas, your business card or your credit card, business credit card for the gas, whether you're going to the grocery store or not, because you think, oh, because I use my car for business, so even though I'm going to the grocery store right now and I need some gas, I'm just going to fill it up with my business card. Right? These are some of the things, these are some of the red flags that I see get put on tax returns because it was in your bookkeeping. And you may be working with someone who don't understand that just because you provided this profit and loss to them that you created, that at face value, that doesn't mean that I'm supposed to accept it. I'm supposed to question. Okay, you said you paid $20-some thousand in rent. Now, was this an office rent or was this your personal home rent? Oh, it's my personal home because I work from home. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. We can't put 100% of that 20-some thousand on the tax return. We can only put a percentage. What's your square footage of your home office space? This is how we can make sure that we're avoiding the IRS red flags, right? So we can avoid that now so that you can be confident. Listen, I don't know about you, but when January 1 come, I like to just be on chill. I like to be like just relaxing, knowing that okay, I'm good. All my stuff together. I don't have to worry about nothing. I don't have to rush. I'm good. I got my business goals in place. I can just chill, cross my feet. Okay, rub them together if I like to. But many of you, January 1 come, you're like, oh, I gotta get good. I gotta get my booking. Well, I gotta get my text. Oh, I gotta get, my business goals. My vegetable. That be y'all on January 1. Why y'all be doing that on January 1? I be looking at these posts and stuff. I be shaking my head. Not in a like judgmental way, but I just be shaking my head like, I'm glad I ain't gotta worry about that. I'm glad I got my stuff together. I'm glad I was already working on me the year before. So January 1, I can chill. As typically as a tax, when you are someone who are in the tax industry, typically January is when you hear all the people, filing taxes, and they be done by January. Your girl, I be relaxed come January. That's still my vacation month. Yes, I file taxes, but I be relaxing. I be on chill because I have positioned my business to not be out, not all of that. Okay, to relax, to actually have this soft girl era people be talking about. Okay, I be on chill mode. It's not until like mid February, end of February, March to where I be like, okay, let's go. Let's start doing stuff now. But January, I be relaxed. I already have my business goals in place. I be on chill mode. I'm gonna be doing all of that. I'm gonna be doing all of that. And that's because I have positioned my business. I have positioned myself to already have things in place. I've already ran my numbers. I've already set my business goals financially. And I already have in place how I'm going to achieve it. Okay? So, when we're looking at getting your bookkeeping cleaned up for October, okay? We've been talking about three reasons why you should do this. And listen, if I didn't convince you in this live, then I'll just expect for you to be huffing and puffing come January 1. Okay? But I'm giving you the opportunity to experience relief the last 3 months of the year, to start your January 1 without the anxiety, without the depression, without the overwhelm. Because you have already done the things to make sure that your business is tight and right, like I like to say. That your business finances are completely organized. You're already prepared for the tax season. You just need to put the picture in the frame. This is the kind of life. This is what living a better life looks like. Maybe I need to explain when I say the goal is to keep the IRS out of your pockets to live a better life. Maybe I need to explain to you what living a better life looks like. Because I think many of you don't understand what it looks like to live a better life. This is what it looks and feels like. Your business finances, the management of it should be the least of your worries. That should be the very least of your worries. And you're making it the most pressing issue for you. And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It should be the most easiest thing. Because guess what? We went in business to make money. At the end of the day, I don't care if you're a social worker, therapist, coach, I don't care what label you want to give yourself. You went into business to make money. So money, the management of it, that should be the most easiest thing because you went into business for that. What's the most pressing thing for you? What I believe should be the most pressing thing for you is your systems, your administrative, your SOPs having a process in place. I feel like that is the most pressing thing for most people, right? But the management of money, no. The tax part of it, no. That's the easy part, right? My goal every time I'm speaking is making sure that you get comfortable with the word money, with saying the word money, with thinking about money, and not in a vain way, not in vanity. But at the end of the day, it's the money that helps you live the life that you want to live. And if you say the word money and it causes anxiety, I want to change that for you. I want you to be able to say money. You be like, okay, let's go. Where the money at? Let's get to it, right? That's how you should feel. That's the kind of energy you should have when it comes to money. Not if I say money, like, ooh, I don't know about that. Ooh, I don't know. Ooh. My business coach had said, you know, she gave me a goal, like, hey, what if I said to make XYZ by in 90 days or something like that. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Even if I don't get it in my mind, I can do it because money is just a tool. I'm not afraid of it. Stop being afraid of the thing that you want to have. You want to have money, but you're afraid of saying the word money. Why? Stop being scared. They say scared money don't make money. That's what the world says. Scared money don't make money. Stop being scared of the word money. Is just a tool. You either have it or you don't. And if you don't, what can we do to get it? What can we do to manage it? What do we do to contain it so we don't lose it? What can we do to make sure that the IRS don't try to take what we work so hard for? What can we do? I love a good tax strategy. I love tax strategies because that helps me keep my money. That helps me keep the IRS out of my pockets. Tax strategies help you keep the IRS out of your pockets. Tax strategy, tax planning, it happens before the tax season gets here. This is tax planning season. This is tax strategy season. Really all year it is, but we're down to the wire where we only have 90 days left. We only have 3 months left in the year. You cannot expense out so much money in 1 month if you don't have the cash flow to do it. We have 3 months to have the cash flow to expense out things for our tax strategies so that we can save money on taxes, so that we can keep the IRS out of our pockets. But in order to keep the IRS out of our pockets, I got to know the numbers. I got to look at my numbers. I got to know what picture I am going to put in the frame of the tax return. I got to know this stuff right now. I can't wait until January and February. That's too late. No, I need to do it right now. So that I can start sleeping good at night and fluffing up my pillows and not beating them. It's a difference between beating the pillows and fluffing them up. Beating them is like you angry, you tossing and turning. Fluffing is like, okay, which soft spot of the pillow I want to put my head on. Okay, I'm going to put it on this part. Versus beating it, trying to make yourself go to sleep at night. Nah, that's not living a better life. I said our goal is to make sure we're living a better life. Why? Because we deserve to. We deserve to live a better life here on earth as it is in heaven. So I don't know if you're trying to wait till you get to heaven to live a better life, but I deserve to live a better life as I am living and breathing today. So I'm going to do what it takes in order to have it. I'm going to do what it takes in order to have the better life today. So, with that said, we are accepting you. I don't know why I want to say the doors of the church are open, but they are. We are accepting you to become our bookkeeping client so that we can help you stop missing out on your tax deductions. Stop putting the wrong numbers on your tax return. To stop the IRS red flags. We are accepting you to be our bookkeeping client so that we can clean up your bookkeeping, so that we can get it tight and right, so that we can have it looking so beautiful. Then when January 1 come, you're gonna be hearing your business friends talking about, oh girl, I got it, oh girl. And you're gonna be like, girl, I already did that. Wouldn't you like to respond to your business friends that way? Like, girl, you better go and get that together, girl. Wouldn't you like to respond to your business friends that way? Wouldn't you want to be the business friend who actually got their stuff together? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who want to live a better life in the world. But this is what living a better life looks like. And so as I was talking, I was trying to put my calendar link in the comments for y'all. So you can schedule an appointment. And listen, my October is limited, okay? So I'm gonna say this with grace. Get in where you fit in. Okay? I just put my calendar link in the comments for you to schedule a consultation, a discovery call with me. So we can see how we about to get your bookkeeping tight and right. How we about to make this picture look so beautiful. We about to put all the puzzle pieces together so it can go in the frame. Right? So you don't have any surprises. Some of y'all like to be surprised. Why you want to be surprised by a tax bill? You can know your tax liability right now. And we can have 3 months left in the year to plan to get it down as low as possible with tax strategies. Because once December 31st hit and January 1 come, all the tax planning strategies is out the door. There's only one tax, well, let me see. There's actually two. There's two tax strategies that you can use to help you save money on taxes. And it's the ones that y'all don't want to use. It's the retirement side. And a lot of y'all don't want to contribute to retirement, and y'all don't even add retirement as a tax strategy. But that's the only two. Anything else is out the door. It's too late. Do not pass go. Do not collect your $200. Okay? So I'm giving you the opportunity now. I put my calendar in the link. My calendar link is in the chat, in the comments. Schedule your appointment ASAP. Okay? Don't look at my calendar and say, oh, you got this. Listen, I'm going to speak this weekend, and my goal is to fill up October. My goal is to fill up my October calendar to where there's nothing going to be available. So I advise you today to, like I said, get in where you fit in. Look at your schedule, see what fits within your schedule, and get on my calendar. Okay? Because I'm about to fill up my October calendar. Once I speak at this event on Saturday, the 9th annual Ultimate Entrepreneurship Seminar in Dallas or Frisco, Texas, I'm filling up my calendar that day. Once I drop the mic on the stage, I'm filling up my calendar. So if you want to work with me, if you want to have the opportunity to see what it looks like to live a better life, I advise you to get on my calendar ASAP and not the Rocky. I advise you to get on my calendar, okay? And if you haven't already, go ahead and download your free personal budget tracker, which is also in the comments, to get a head start for when we have our onboarding appointment together. Because during our onboarding appointment together, I'm going to ask you about your personal budget, and you're already going to have the download already to work on. So I want you to go ahead and get a head start. Download the free personal budget tracker, because during our onboarding appointment, we're going to talk about the personal budget. We're going to talk about that. All right, and I want you to be prepared. So go ahead and download it now, and then schedule an appointment with me. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed this live. We are here every Tuesday giving you tax talks on business finances, and taxes every Tuesday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, we'll be back here next Tuesday. And then the week of October 13th is going to be my break week. Okay, so we won't have any lives that week. So if you follow any of my lives that I do, my Motivational Mondays, Tax Talk Tuesdays, Fire Your Boss Fridays, we won't have any lives the week of October 13th. But we will be back here next Tuesday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, if you gain something from this, let me know. Share this live with somebody who needs to know 3 reasons why they need to start looking at getting their bookkeeping together come October, which is tomorrow. Share this live in your favorite Facebook communities. If you're a social worker or a therapist, share this live in your favorite social work and therapy communities. Okay, share this live with them so that they can see what it actually looks like. What can it feel like for me to live a better life? There has to be another way. There has to be. And I just showed you how. I just showed you another way. Okay. For some reason, I want to say this. The church that I am affiliated with, one of the mottos is that they say we exist to. Oh, sorry, y'all. I was messing with stuff and I started doing things. Hold on. So one of the things that the church that I'm affiliated with, what they like to say is that we exist to introduce people to a greater leader, a greater way, and a greater life. And I love that so much because oftentimes we don't understand why we exist, right? We exist to introduce people to a greater leader, a greater way, and a greater life. And I would love to just invite you to be introduced to having a greater way and a greater life. I can I can help lead you. God is the ultimate leader. And hopefully by this live you have felt his presence. Okay? But at the end of the day, my goal is to make sure I'm introducing you to a greater leader, which is why I do my Motivational Mondays, a greater way, which is why we do our tax talks, so I can introduce you to ways that you can save money, all the ways, in a greater life. If you want to fire your boss one day, I'm showing you how to do that, to have that life that you deserve to live through your business. Thank you, Lord. All right, I gotta go. That wraps up our Tax Talk Tuesday. Again, hashtag replay if you're catching a replay. Okay, my calendar link is in the comments. The free personal budget tracker is in the comments. And I will see you back here next Tuesday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time.